I'm Barry Tramel, and among the two Bedlam rivals in the Women's College World Series, I say the Sooners have the best chance to make a dent.
Well, we're going to find out starting Thursday. That's when all the action gets underway at Hall of Fame Stadium. From the Opubco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Barry, I think Oklahoma State has the easier bracket, but obviously they don't have quite the dominant pitcher that OU does. Is that where this comes down when you're talking OU and OSU?
Yeah, I think Kalani Ricketts is the difference maker for the Sooners. I think she was the best pitcher in NCAA softball last week. Big left-hander, dominated Arizona in Game 1 with strikeouts, dominated in Game 2 with a little less heat. But I think she's the reason that the Sooners can go far in this tournament. Oklahoma State's on a great ride. Their mojo is fantastic. They go to Knoxville and upset Tennessee, come back home and win a tough 3-game series with Houston. But even though Kat Espinoza has pitched very well, I think Ricketts is a difference maker, the kind of pitcher that can take you deep into the Women's World Series.
Well, pitching is always the name of the game when you get to the Women's College World Series. You've got to have somebody that's dominant in the circle. Maybe they're not a strikeout dominant pitcher, but they have to be somebody that gets you outs, gets you out of jams. Kalani Ricketts was clearly fantastic in that regard. But I do like the way Oklahoma State's playing. I think they come into this World Series without a lot of expectation hanging over their head, and sometimes that's very helpful. I mean, Oklahoma hasn't been back to the Women's College World Series since 2004, so expectations are a little bit different for them too. It's not like they were just here and they botched a chance a couple years ago or something like that. This is a new group that's coming to the Women's College World Series, but OSU has not been here for more than a decade. I mean, they've really got a long delay between appearances, so not a lot of people feeling like the Cowgirls are going to be there come the time when we're trying to figure out who is going to play in that championship series. I think having that freedom, Barry, maybe they don't have the better team or the more dominant pitcher, but when you've got that freedom to play, nobody expects you to do anything, that could bode really well for the Cowgirls.
The Cowgirls definitely are on a magic carpet ride, and they've gotten great play from their senior leadership. Mariah Gerhardt running things from third base, Espinoza doing the pitching, getting some clutch hitting. So the Cowgirls can get it done, and just the fact that the Big 12 has been so strong in the NCAA tournament. 4 of the 8 teams in the Women's World Series are from the Big 12. So the Cowgirls have been battle-tested. But I just think the appearance of Ricketts, the emergence of Ricketts in this spring, she's become a dominant pitcher.
Well, and you know what? They're going to have to come out ready to go. We all know how important it is to start with a win. Thursday, even though it's the first day of a really long tournament, to come out on the winner's bracket side of that is really hugely important. It cuts down the number of games that you might have to play over the weekend. You get into situations where you have to play 2 games on Saturday, potentially 2 on Sunday. That's a lot of softball, even for a pitcher who's very accustomed to throwing a lot of innings. Both Ricketts and Espinoza know what it takes to throw a lot of innings, but you have to win that first day. I stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.